Good morning. It's November. And can you believe that we're actually still having a heat wave in San Diego? Yes, sirree. Anyway, actually, having said that, while I've been sitting here waiting to get this going, it's now clouded over. It's no longer brilliant blue sky, but it was 5 minutes ago, honestly, and it's been seriously hot. So it doesn't feel as though the season that it is actually the season that it is. It doesn't feel right now as though it is actually heading up for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but it is. So even if where you are, it doesn't feel like it, we still have to take the steps to show that it actually is and do the stuff that we need to do in November. So just in case this is your first viewing here, and if you're on LinkedIn, it may well be, because today, for the first time, we're going live on LinkedIn as well. I've got things on my lap falling off. Hang on, I've got a lap full of stuff to show you. Okay, so I'm Andrea Kuchin. My company is My Home Biz Tips. Whoops, I didn't mean to put that one up there, which you can see here. That's what I meant to put there. My Home Biz Tips. Okay, myhomebiz.tips. TIPS stands for Tools and Ideas that Produce Success. This is our purpose in life, to give you ideas and tools that will help you run your business more efficiently, more simply, to reduce your stress so that you can actually spend time with your family and doing the things you like, and not struggle and suffer and give up potentially because it's all too much like hard work. So again, Andrea Kuchin, my email address, should you need to reach out to me, and you should, is andrea@myhomebiz.tips. And my phone number, which you can call or text anytime, I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can, 858-252-1190. And if you want to book an appointment with me, and you may well do so after this, and I'm offering you a free gift at the end of this today. So in order to get that free gift, you might need to reach out to me somehow. You can Facebook message me, of course. You can book an appointment for calendly.com, Andrea Kuchin, if you need help and support. You're probably already in my Facebook group, Gain and Retain Clients, because we teach practices which help you gain and retain your clients. Now that's very poetic, but what does it actually mean? Well, gotta make myself comfortable. Over years of working in business, different kinds of business, and when I say years, I'm talking 25, maybe even 30. And I've gone from working in government departments to teaching, to working in schools, to coaching, to marketing, to market research, to hedge fund companies and financial companies that sell all sorts of financial products, as well as trading companies. I mean, I've got a lot of experience in a lot of different industries, and I've been in multi-level marketing and affiliate sales for probably 10 years, maybe even more. So I know I've learned something in that time, and I do know that, and this is such a cliche, I'm sure you've heard it from other people, but that doesn't mean to say it's not true, that people do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. That's old, but I don't think it's any less true because it's old. Because in Facebook and other social media platforms, you connect to people to get to know what they're like. I've done massive amounts of networking in the last 10 years. And in the last 2 years, it's been, well, 2.5 years now, it's been, am I losing track of time? Since March 2020, which is 1.5 years actually, it's been exclusively online. But I'm still meeting the same number of people as I was when I was going out, doing face-to-face, one-on-one belly to belly networking. In fact, potentially I'm now meeting more people because I can jump from one meeting straight into another one without having to get into my car and drive half an hour first and maybe stop for lunch on the way. So actually, the ability to reach out to people has grown not only because of Facebook and Zoom, but because we've been stuck at home. Most of the people I work with, as you can tell by the name of the company, Home Biz, is people who work from home one way and another. So the important thing is your clients and your customers, because we tend to forget that they are actually what is responsible for paying for the roofs over our heads, right? It's them paying us on a regular basis that allows us to live, never mind run our business. So we owe these guys a lot. And I've heard horrific stories about businesses who treat their customers, well, not with particular kindness or care, because to them, they're just a number. Now, to me, they're not. I did an experiment last year. I went on Facebook and I asked everyone I knew what their address was so that I could mail them something. And I sent them those who gave me that information. And not everybody does, and that's okay. They don't have to. They're not obliged to in any way, shape, or form. But I sent a birthday card with photos I had taken from Facebook to everybody who responded. And you would be amazed at the feedback that I got. Some people were deeply impressed, touched, moved, hadn't had a birthday card from anybody in years. Some people were moved to tears because the card arrived just when they needed a pick-me-up. They were feeling blue, they were feeling unappreciated, they were feeling isolated because it went through, the coronavirus thing last year as well. It was really, really interesting to see how many people I affected. Now, I've known that sending greeting cards has a positive effect on people, because when I send out a greeting card, it invariably has branding on the back. Okay, I'm going to put that up so you can't see the addresses. That is my branding on the back of this greeting card. Or this is before my Home Biz Tips. This is an older one. So it's got a different domain name on it. The domain name is The Art of Keeping in Touch. That's now been incorporated into my Home Biz Tips, because this is what this is, the art of keeping in touch. So when we work with our clients, we help them build what we call a success kit, KIT, keeping in touch. That's all based on building relationships, which results in customer loyalty, which means that people don't go away. If you get customers just because you've got a good offer, or just because the cost of your item is less expensive than somebody else's item, they're going to leave you just as easily as you got them, right? That's not the primary reason people stay with you. I know businesses that charge premium pricing and they keep their customers because they treat them nicely. So in November, this is the time to start thinking about treating your customers and your clients nicely and appreciating them by sending them a card. So on the back of my greeting cards, it says why I send greeting cards. Greeting cards are like vehicles that carry a piece of us into the heart of another. When the card is opened, the joy it creates releases a shot of dopamine to the brain of the receiver and puts joy in their heart and a smile on their face. I have seen that time and time and time again. You must never underestimate the power that a simple greeting card can give to your relationship building process. Smiles like that create a ripple effect, which increases connections, presents new opportunities, referrals, and friends, and helps grow your business. Referrals and friends. Not everybody's going to do business with you. You don't know how many realtors I know. I'm not going to go and buy 53 houses next week or next year. It's just not manageable. But we work together and they've become friends, even though I'll probably never be their client. Just one second. This is embarrassing. My daughter's on the phone. I have to send her a message. And I might have to cut this broadcast short because she needs my help. Right. Okay. So looking after your customers, building relationships with them, branding your the stuff you send out. Oh, that was just to me anyway. So this happens to have been, this is the one I had in my card, a graduation card to my daughter last year, 2020. Of course, this is probably backwards to you guys. And there's a picture of her that I put a graduation cap onto because she graduated. And this is the message that I wrote to her, okay? In my own handwriting, as it happens, right? So that's an example. Now, when would you send a greeting card to a client or a customer? Well, for their birthday is a good one, even though you don't know when that is, or you might not know when it is, because that might not be the kind of business information that you get from them. You can find what it is on Facebook, just like I did. In fact, it tells you well in advance. It's not just the email you get that says, oh, it's Andrea's birthday today, send her a message. You can actually go into your back end in Facebook and get all that information well in advance to send them a card, regardless of where in the world they are. What other times would there be? Well, the holiday season. Now, to me, the holiday season starts now. Because with your clients, you might not necessarily know what religious holiday they would appreciate being validated for. I'm going to leave that open, but you do know that Thanksgiving in the United States is shared everywhere. So if you've got people in the United States, you can start with thank you for however long they've been in business with you, supporting your business, continuing to be there for you, or allowing you to help them or support them, whatever message it is that you've got. And the beauty of sending it in November is that the chances are it's going to beat the other holiday cards that might come from other businesses, although we do so much less of that now. I remember years ago, I was working for a television company. Did I even mention television when I talked earlier on? It was a facilities house, that's called. It's when people come and hire cameras and equipment and crew so that they can go and do a shoot somewhere. That way production companies don't always have to have their own stuff. And we used to send cards to our clients every year. And we used to buy them, I don't know, probably October, maybe even September. We'd get them printed and they'd all be identical, obviously. They would have the front and then they'd have the branding on the back and there'd be a message on the inside. And then we'd get boxes of colored pens and kegs of beer and pizzas. And we would sit in the office every night after work and sign those cards by hand, all of us. So when you opened them up, they'd have the official message from the company. And then on the other side, there'd be all our signatures written by hand, which was lovely for our clients, but it was extremely time consuming for us. It's actually really difficult to sign your name neatly 1,000 times or 500 times or 50 times, even if that's how many people you've got. You can do it, but it doesn't necessarily always look as neat. And if you're writing the whole message, if you're a one-person band running a business from home and you're writing the whole message, that really gets difficult. And then you've got the cost of having the cards sent to you. Then you've got the time that it takes to get them signed and to put them in separate envelopes, put stamps on them, and then get them to get delivered to the post office so they can go where you want them to go. Very time consuming. The system that we use makes it much easier, simpler, and cost effective. You go online, you create your card online, you make it so that the recipient's name and their spouse's name can appear on the inside of the card. I don't know if I've got one here that shows that actually. Anyway, it can say, "Dear Andrea, Steve, and family. Happy whatever." Obviously, it's not going to be happy birthday because you're not going to send a birthday card to 3 people at the same time, or 4 people, a family of people at the same time. But, you know, we're just reaching out to express our appreciation for your being part of our business for this last year. And we look forward to serving you in the future. You know, with our love and best wishes for a wonderful holiday season and a prosperous new year, with warmest gratitude or sincerest gratitude or something like that. Andrea Kuchin and team, or Andrea and team, or the team at My Home Biz Tips, or whatever it's going to be. You don't have to write much. You don't have to do it in your own handwriting. You could actually do it on a piece of paper and photograph it and put that in, because there's an additional cost to your own handwriting. However, there are lots of options in the system for different types of writing. Several of them look like handwriting, and your clients, if they don't actually know what your handwriting looks like, might not be able to tell the difference. It won't necessarily matter. And of course, you can do all sorts of different colors and typefaces and fonts, just like a Word document. Now, more importantly, as I showed you with the photograph of my daughter, you can put pictures in. You can put pictures, and this is particularly appropriate to birthday cards, of the people, because the pictures on social media are available to the general public, and you're only going to use it to send to the person it belongs to anyway. People don't print pictures very much anymore. And it's going to be wonderful for them to be able to open a greeting card and it's got a photo in it that's precious for them, because they put it on Facebook to share with other people. So presumably they like it, right? Okay, so that's really important. And it has your branding on the back. Now I'm going to flip through a few cards to show you the kind of thing that can be sent just randomly. This is not specifically related to the holidays or anything, but here's a fan mail card that one of my clients made. Here's her branding on the back. She can change that message whenever, but the branding remains the same. And she wrote something similar to what I have. This is a greeting card. Someone else I work with. This is actually a slightly different texture. This is a matte. You see, that doesn't shine quite as much as the other one did. The other one's really super shiny. This one isn't. It's more of a matte finish. There are 3 different finishes. They're all the same size, unless you buy a big one, right? This was at the time, I think, the picture of, dusk from her balcony or something like that. And there's a message inside. Okay. Then here's a card back. Here's the front. That is possibly the same, one of the cards that is inside the system. So you don't even have to find something to create. Here's a card that celebrates an event, a wedding, right? Photographs, appreciation, and then the branding on the back, which is just the photo of the parents. Here's a card that's in the system. And look, the background here is bright blue. And here's the branding on the back. Here's someone who works with LinkedIn, right? Have you done your LinkedIn stuff? This is the branding on the back. She has her contact information there. Here's a birthday card somebody sent me. Okay. Branding on the back. Another one of my clients being funny. Now, coordinated color on the back, right? Don't necessarily, well, you can have his information. He's a client of mine. More power to him. He's a chef. Okay. Pictures on the inside. Sharing what's going on in his life, because at that time in COVID, things were pretty weird for a lot of people, right? Here's branding on the back again. You can put it sideways by importing the image of your branding sideways so that you can put it sideways. The rest of the time, it's straight, okay? Now, you can also send cards to encourage, inspire, and support people, right? This is something that is sent as a congratulatory message to people who sign up in a business, right? This is I've been talking about this a lot, the unfounded, the unpassive. And this is a card I send because that's what they do when they join this company. They hitch their wagon to a star. Right? This is a funny picture that a colleague of mine found on Facebook. Good morning, anyone home? This is something you can send to somebody to apologize. Oops, I'm really sorry. Okay, who was apologizing to me there? Oh, Doggy Daddy, right? This was a card for Father's Day. Fathers don't, now I actually am a dog owner, although I wasn't at the time that I created that card. I understand why it's like being a dad to a child having a dog. Hello. Just a curious little message. This was an event that I did with my business partner. These are our greeting cards on display here, right? And if people said to us, oh, I'm interested in hearing more, they got a hello card after the event. Now this is a text message, right? It's a screen print from, or a screen capture from a phone that was turned into a card with a message inside it, right? Because something good happened. Now that brings me on to another very important point, is that the software that we use for creating these greeting cards is available as an app. So when you take a picture, you can immediately send it out as a greeting card. So in the old days, when we used to do meetings in person with people, we would take a group photograph. I mean, we'd take, well, yeah, a group photograph, however many of us there were, you know, not a selfie or an ussy, and get in the car. And before we went to our next appointment, we would have created a thank you for spending time with us. Thank you for letting us quote. Thank you for letting us buy you coffee. Thank you for, you know, taking time out of your busy day to sit with us and hear what we had to say, kind of cards. Nowadays, it's all done on Zoom, isn't it? But you can still send a card, you see. This was a meeting. We were thinking big about beginning something new, right? That's all it needs to say. These are a Zoom meeting, right? So you can take a picture of a Zoom meeting and send it to someone to say, you know, thank you for spending time with me. It doesn't have to be face to face. Guess what this is? This is such a lovely picture. This is I'm sorry I missed your birthday. Now, that gets attention. That's remembered, something like that. Giving encouragement. Right? This talks about the different zones of life. Remove your comfort zone. Okay? Push past your comfort zone. Through your fear, through your learning, into your growth zone. This is just encouragement. Right? This is encouragement as well. Have a problem? Yes? No? That's kind of funny. Really. That's true. Don't worry about it. Either way. This is a beautiful card for Mother's Day that I sent. This is the one I think I sent out this year. Yes, and there was a quote. Okay, and then a thank you. And I sent it to people who are mothers of humans and pets. I included pets this year. You can use it to promote a business opportunity that's coming up. You can use it to inspire. If you really understood residual income, you'd walk through a brick wall to get it. Don't forget, we've got lots of residual income opportunities on myhomebiz.tips to make people laugh when things are getting difficult. Do you remember the loo roll, the world famous loo roll shortage at the beginning of COVID? To share things with people. This is what she looked like, our puppy, in her first few days with us, right? I shared that with people. I actually put it on Facebook, and someone sent me a card saying congratulations. Here's another picture of her. Again, I put that on Facebook, and someone took the picture and sent a card with a message. 9 weeks and 1 day. That's how old she was when that picture was taken. Now, we also have flat cards, right? This is just flat. Again, this is a silly, funny card that to do with COVID. That's a mysterious thing, a QR code. That's going to get attention. Check it out. These cards come in envelopes, right? They're not postcards. We have postcards as well. These come in envelopes. Again, you see that looks kind of like handwriting. So that's a font that you can use. And again, you can inspire. Positive energy attracts positive energy. And that's got a picture on the other side. Okay, inspiration. And that's, I put that on my mantelpiece up here. And then I turn it round for a bit and then I turn it back. And I have 2 inspiring messages. Why do we do this? Because if we never forget a customer, our customer will never forget us. And why is that important? Because it keeps our money coming in. It keeps our residual income moving. And it increases the rates of our referrals, right? Remember what I read from the back of the card? Smiles like those create a ripple effect, which increases connections. You know that connections are currency, right? Doesn't matter what kind of currency, but the better connected a person is, the happier they'll be, even just on a friendship level. Increases connections, presents new opportunities, referrals, and friends, and helps you grow your business. Now, who doesn't want all of that, right? Who doesn't want that? You don't want to miss out on this for sure. So my offer to you today, and you can go to the website to get it. And if you can't find it, text me and I'll send you the link. If you can't find it, text me and I'll send you the link, right? If you want help, book an appointment with me. But when you go to our website, you'll see the different things we offer, and we call it Happy Mail, right? We call it Happy Mail because this is the kind of mail that makes people happy. Not like email that doesn't necessarily even get opened, but this is Happy Mail. So click on Happy Mail and it says send a free card. Okay? And you can do that. You can go and you can send a card for free to anywhere in the world. Okay? You can send a card for free to anywhere in the world. It'll create an account. Okay? So go to myhomebiz.tips and look for the Happy Mail link. If you want me to text it to you, or if you want me to email it to you, go to Andrea at myhomebiztips. If you want to see the direct link, actually, go to myhomebiztips/Andrea Kuchin. And there's actually a link there that says send a free card, myhomebiz.tips, Andrea Kuchin. You can get to know me a little bit better there, especially you people who are watching me for the first time today on LinkedIn. Okay, that's it. My sermon for the day is over. And I really hope that you take advantage of sending a greeting card to somebody that you need to say thank you to as Thanksgiving approaches. Okay, now you can do group cards. I can help. I'm here to help and support you. There's no cost for that. Brainstorm, you name it, go to the Calendly link. All my links are here, actually. myhomebiz.tips, Andrea Kuchin. You'll find all the links to everything I do on that page. So you can reach out to me really easily. And take me up on my offer. Seriously, it's free. What have you got to lose? You'll bring a smile to somebody's face, for sure. Okay, that's it for today then. I look forward to talking to you again next week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.